Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want. Thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Girard-Perregaux 1966 chronograph. You can see this 18-karat rose gold manufacture movement Girard-Perregaux chronograph on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of this screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high-resolution images, and naturally complete pricing information. On my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, this watch has the look of a mid-20th century classic bicompax chronograph, but with the outright size and the refinement of a modern Swiss watch. Now, the watch is 40 millimeters across the round of the case, so you can see the relation of bezel to dial is very mid-century, but at 40 millimeters, it is decidedly larger than its historical antecedents. Now, the measurement from lug to lug is quite reasonable, 45.5 millimeters. It's not going to overhang a smaller wrist, so if your wrist is as small as 14 centimeters in circumference, you should be able to wear this one with great security, style, and no or very little lug overlap. And one of the reasons lug overlap isn't a big deal on this 12 millimeter thick watch is that the lugs are nicely sculpted. They thrust down dramatically as they move away from the flank of the case, so even if they do flow over the edge of your wrist, they flow down and around. They don't jut out stridently. The watch is beautifully proportioned in that mid-century sense. We'll get to that after we discuss the phenomenal combination of close coupled strap and flexibility. Now, normally when you have a strap that hews this closely to the flank of the case, it wants to flare out. It wants to fight your wrist. You can't bend it straight down if you do have that smaller wrist. Here, Girard-Perregaux achieves the best of both worlds. A slightly scalloped strap that allows you to essentially have that integrated look with no daylight between strap and case. It looks sharp. It looks all of a piece. And again, ergonomically so good. This is a perfect watch for a smaller wrist. And again, you can't say that of many 40 millimeter complications. Down to 14 centimeters? Absolutely. Now, the high-grade rectangular scale black alligator leather strap is matched to a perfect complement. Again, in mid-century fashion, a pin buckle. This one with strong character lines outboard of center, easily adjusted on the fly, a perfect match for a watch that is effectively all dial with a small halo of rose gold bezel. You can also see the polished facets of the case, beautifully complementary to the historical theme, and history is the theme here, because the 1966 collection emerged in the mid-2000s as the round watch counterpart to Girard-Perregaux's mid-90s to present vintage 1945s. Those are the rectangular watches. The 1966s are the round watches, and Girard-Perregaux has something in common with Patek Philippe here. On the Patek Philippe 5070, the essential size of the movement was considerably less than the span of the case. Now, the 5070 was 42 millimeters. This is 40, and you can see that the registers are rather close coupled, and the movement's a bit smaller than the case. But Girard-Perregaux, like Patek, manages to trump the eye with a radially printed tachymetric scale, so it fills out that excess space and actually winds up being more readable than a conventional tachymetric scale. So aesthetically and functionally superb. Inboard of that, there is a sector-style minutes and seconds track that you can easily trace with that beautiful cobalt blue chronograph seconds hand. Inboard of that, gorgeous applied Arabic and stick indices in rose gold match the case, as well as the beautiful and graceful, sensuously styled foy hands at center. Now, there is a countersunk quality to those sub-registers, which have their own blued hands, a nice contrast with the silver base and the rose gold appliques. That countersunk chronograph sub-register look adds a little bit of texture, dial, and one might even say depth to the composition. Now, on the case back, we have Girard-Perregaux's caliber 3080. 38 jewels. It is a modular chronograph, and it uses a Dubois de Praz chronograph module with a vertical clutch, so it engages very smoothly. And if you do want to leave the chronograph running, that's one of the virtues of a vertical clutch. You can. There's no additional wear and tear. Now, the movement beats at a modern 4 Hz or 28,800 vibrations per hour, and it does feature a hacking balance. So if you do want to, for instance, watch the march of the small seconds. It continues until I pull the crown. Now all is stopped. the balance is halted, and I can precisely synchronize to a known accurate reference time. The unidirectional winding automatic has a 46-hour power reserve, obviously less if you do run the chronograph, but the chronograph is a pleasure to use, and it does make radial seconds so much more accessible than small seconds. So again, I would just have hours, minutes, and seconds at center. Leave the chronograph running continuously. This is a classically styled watch with modern wrist presence, modern watchmaking standards of fit, finish, and materials. This is a timepiece that's exceedingly versatile, though it only has 3 ATM water resistance, so it's not going to get wet. I can't think of another occasion where it wouldn't be welcome. You can see this handsome and classically styled Girard-Perregaux 1966 chronograph and buy it on our website, watchyouwant.com.